You've managed to drive rents down a little bit. I saw like 10% or something. What's working for you? Is it about just getting more supply in the pipeline, or what? How are you thinking about it holistically?
Well, the previous city council, I've been in office for a year and a half, passed the missing middle reforms to do things like allowing accessory dwelling units, more flexible housing. I would say really what's come in a lot are townhomes. That has been a more affordable price point. Apartments. We have a pretty large rental market here because of the universities. It's a little more transitory, short term. So keeping those housing units moving, and then the uptake's been good enough that we have had some pretty big groundbreakings. So we've got like a 39-story market rate housing coming up. We do in Raleigh have a housing authority. So older cities, right? Since the 1930s, we have had a housing authority. So we do have city owned, Raleigh Housing Authority owned properties that are now being redeveloped, including near downtown. But the challenge is most of this is going to be market rate.
Yeah.
So you're seeing the destruction of some of the older, naturally occurring affordable housing. A lot of that's going to neighboring municipalities that are less expensive. But that diversification of housing, trying to change the ordinances, being fairly friendly towards alternative types of housing has all been helpful.
Yeah, I saw something that you were doing on trying to engage churches and church land. I thought that was really smart, interesting. I know you're looking at public land as well. Have you had a good response from churches and other parts of the community that are saying, yeah, let's do this here? Yeah,
there's, of course, city land, state land. We're in a state capital, so you've got a lot of governmental properties. But churches here, there are 300 acres of land of various congregations in the city. And then we kind of winnowed it down and found about 26 churches that had acreage and some proclivity to want to do housing. And so we are in the beginning phases of conversations, creating a toolkit, because even if the will is there, right, this is how do you get through a process?
They're not developers by design.
And some of these folks are very sophisticated big churches downtown that are probably going to go to a more high density sort of housing. Others could be more suburban, where they might choose to do a cottage court, small houses, that kind of thing.
And are they thinking about this in terms of housing their employees, or are they thinking about this as a revenue stream for them that they would augment the work?
And this is, I think when you get to mission-driven organizations, there's this impulse to want to do affordable housing. The question becomes, of course, you have to have a long-term subsidy to keep the housing affordable, and to build it. So to some extent, you could have just market rate but reasonably priced workforce housing. But these are all the questions to get people clear-eyed about the set of choices they want to make, and not want to put every ornament on the Christmas tree, so to speak, of we want childcare, we want affordable housing, we want free parking, and roll a pencil.
Right.